In this video, I'm going to talk about chord forms or chord shapes. So this is another building block that I've used to build breaks and to create songs. It also gives you knowledge of the neck. So if you're not sure what to play or where to go, you can always grab a chord shape and just maybe cross pick through it, or just find some notes around that chord shape that you know. Specifically, what I'm going to talk about are the major chord forms or chord shapes. I'm going to call them chord forms for now. There are, I believe, I've come up with 5 of them. So a major chord. What is a major chord? Well, a chord is made up of 3 notes: the 1, the 3, and the 5 from the major scale. So the different kind of chord inversions you could have are 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 5. You could have a 3, 5, 1, or you could have a 5, 1, 3, and that's all you can get. You can't do, for example, a 1, 5, 3. And so let's take, for example, the G chord, where I'm going to note the 3rd. So here I have, at the very top, I have a 1, 3, 5. So that's just alone as a chord. Okay, and if I keep going, I have a 3, 5, 1, and I have a 5, 1, 3. All those different inversions are right there in your hand when you play a G chord. Okay, so the first chord form that I'm going to talk about is based on the G chord. So we'll call that the G shape, or the G chord form. So here I'm just going to use part of that chord. I'm going to use the 3, 5, 1. So I'm going to put my 3rd finger here on the 3rd, the B note. Imagine the nut being my first finger, and I'm going to move that 2 frets. And now the chord that I have is an A chord. Okay? And if I move it again, I have a B flat, B, C. Okay, so that's the first chord shape. And this is the 3, 5, 1. The 3's at the top. You want to be mindful of what kind of inversion you have in your hand. You have a 3, 5, 1, so you know where the 1 is, and you know where the 3 is. It's the reason why is because it's helpful to know where that 1 is. So if you know the top string is in that shape is a 3, the 1 is going to be 1 string up and usually 1 fret over. So there's my 1. So if you're wondering what chord am I holding, find the 1. So I know that's a C chord because that's the C note. It also helps you to know where the 1 is, because then it gives you an anchor point to play that blues scale if you want to. Okay, so that's shape number 1 based on the G shape. Now we'll talk about D shape. Now usually when you play a D chord, you're playing it this way. But if you've ever played this tag, you're actually playing out of this shape. And this is the one that is more useful when you hear guitar players when they're taking breaks. When they go to a 5 and they're playing out of G, they're playing usually out of this. This is another 3, 5, 1 inversion. So I'm 3, 5, and there's my 1, the D. So another reason where you want to know where that 1 is it's easy to make a 7th chord out of it. Just flat that 1 by a whole step, or 2 frets. And I have a 7th chord. Okay? There's my D again, and there's my 3. So the 1 is going to be 1 string up and usually 1 fret over. There's my 1. And there's my 7th if I want want to play. Okay, so that's the D shape. That's movable. Here's E. The nice thing about E is I've got open strings. If I choose to, I can lift up my second finger. Okay, F, G, and A. So that's the D shape. Here's the A shape. So make an A chord where I'm using my second, third, and fourth finger to make that chord. Now imagine again the nut is my first finger. I'm going to leave my third and fourth finger alone, and I'm going to slide that by 3 frets, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to put my first finger down as if it were the nut. Okay, so that's another shape. Call that the A shape. No, this is not a 3-5-1. This is a 1-3-5. So what is that note? That's a C note. So that's a C chord. And of course, if you've ever listened to Doc Watson, anyone who plays out of C fiddle tunes are going to use and play out of this shape. Okay, so there's C and D. Okay, F, G. Okay, so D. Oh, excuse me. That's E. What am I thinking? E. F, okay, G, okay. There's my 1, so I can play that blues scale down. Okay, so there's the A shape. Here's the F shape. You can play either of those notes, and that's another 1-3-5, or 3-5-1 again. And again, of course, that's movable. G, A, B, C. Okay. Let's talk about E. So here I'm going to replace the 1 and fret and make it a 3. So this is another 3-5-1 inversion. It's a lot like the G shape in A, for example. It's just moved up 1 fret. Okay. So to practice these shapes, and the question is, why are they useful? Well, one reason, if I'm, say, playing out of G and I'm looking at this space in the neck, I know I see G, I see C, I see D. See, so I see all my chords right there. I see G again. Okay, I see C, I see D, I see G again. Okay, and if I have built up, some chops around those chords and playing notes around those chords, I can use those anywhere up and down the neck if I know my chord shapes. Okay, so here's an exercise to learn those chord shapes. I'm going to play a song we probably all know, Wildwood Flower. So we're going to go through the circle of fifths. So if you go around one way, it's circle of fifths. If you go the other way, it's circle of fourths. But we're going to start in the key of C, then we'll go to the key of G, then we'll go to the key of D. So I'm going to the 5 every time. Then we'll switch to A, and then we'll go to E. And then here's where it gets hard. You got to play like all closed position now. So here's B, we'll go to B, and then you go F sharp. Okay, and D flat. So anyway, I'm not going to belabor that too much, but I will go through and play Wildwood Flower at least through E and see how that sounds. B's next. All right, so give that a go. Try it. Make all those keys sound really good, and you'll find too. Wildwood Flower is a good song to sing. Most of us, play that song in C, but my wife, for example, sings it in A. So I'll start out in C, then I'll play it in A, and then she'll start singing it in A. So that's one reason to know these chord forms, is you never know when you have to switch keys or to accommodate a voice that wants to sing in a key where it was not recorded long ago. Here's another exercise or song that I worked up that helps use these chord forms. Footprints in the Snow. The rhythm sounds so good in E against the fiddle player, but most of the guitar players that I've ever heard, when they flat pick this tune, they capo up to the 5th fret and play it out of C. I guess because Clarence White, I know, recorded that song out of C. Lester Flatt actually sang the song in the key of C because he couldn't sing as high as Bill, so he just sang it there. So, but we're gonna keep it in E, and I'm gonna play a break in E that really utilizes these chord shapes. And at first, I'm just going to try to play it more of an exercise. You'll hear the song, of course, but normally I might cross-pick my way through this. But here I'm just going to play and go through these chord shapes. So we're going to start with E. So E is here. So you'll see this one. You'll see this one. You'll see A. Or A has nice advantages too. You can lift up that first finger and get an open string. Same thing with E. You'll see this one. B. Okay. Or B. So here we go. put a 7th chord down here. I could also play it that way, but this is based on this shape. Okay, and how did I form those 7th chords? Well, find your 1. There's my 1. So that's one version of an E7th down here, utilizing that shape. I could also do this way. This is my 1. I could also play it this way, where I'm gonna add the 5. So remember, 1, 3, 5. So this is a 1. So go up in the chord, and I'm getting. No, wait, that's a 3. Sorry. No, it's a 1. Oh, it's 5. What am I doing? Okay. Brain fart. All right. So I could also just take that 1 and then play it as a 5, 7, 3. That's another inversion. Or this one. Okay. So how do we do that? So the fiddle player starts off at. So here I'm playing that chord shape, E shape, and I'm jumping down to the E shape down here. That's the melody note. Going to an A shape, walking down to a B note, to a B shape, and then I'm just playing a little tag. Let's see. Like a cross pick. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that. So I'm jumping down to here at that B. And then I add a tag from the blues scale. There's my 1. Or back to E, and now I'm going to hit a 7th. It's a nice transition to go from this to here. So all I'm doing is I'm adding my little finger, and I'm lifting up my 2nd, and I'm sliding that whole thing down. Okay, so that's 1 7th chord you could try. And then I'm going to walk to hit A. Now I'm B. Okay, so I'll do it again. Chord shapes. I hope that helps.